Christianity is not about perfection. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having it all figured out. Like there's still this weird stigma that floats around that Christians are supposed to have it all figured out. That we need to have it all figured out and be perfect before we even come to the cross. That's this mentality that many people have. I can't tell you how many times I've discipled and talked to people throughout the years about how they felt that because they were still messing up, that they couldn't go to the cross. They said, man, the church made me feel like that. They would tell me, man, Jimmy, that I have this sense of like I'm not perfect, and the Christian are telling me, man, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that. So it makes me not want to go to the cross. It makes me feel like I'm not worthy. That's the stuff that I've heard throughout the years. And like I'm here to level set this right now. If that's you, man, you don't gotta be perfect. Christianity is not about perfection, my friends. You think the disciples had it all figured out? You think they were perfect in every sense, in every form? They didn't struggle or they didn't slip up in their journey, in their walk of discipleship and apostleship? Read Mark chapter 10, 25 through 35, about how John and James were arguing who the greatest was. Or read Galatians chapter 2, verse 11 through 20, about how the apostle Peter was afraid to eat chicharrones in front of his homeboys and started to withdraw from the Gentiles out of fear, to the point where the apostle Paul had to call him out for it. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're free from this. We're not part of the law anymore. Or read Romans chapter 7, about how the apostle Paul would tell us and explain to us how much he battles and fights himself every single day of his life. There's a continuous tug. His body wants to do this, his flesh wants to do this, but his spirit's like, no, I'm going over here. Paul tells us and emphasizes the battles that he struggled with every single day. You see, Christianity is about progression, not perfection. Everybody is in a different part of walk in life with Jesus. Everybody's in a different path. Everybody's not where you're at yet. Everybody's not where they're at yet. I was not here one point. I was like, man, I live in Texas. I was like in California, right? When I got out the Marines, man, I was cussing like crazy. It seemed like every other word I was saying was the F-bomb. I was prideful. I was arrogant, egocentric. I was just not who I was today. But you see, when I started to get closer to Jesus, when I started to really understand the love that he had for me and what he did for me, that reverence that I had for him, you see, it made me now want to be who I was and eventually grow to who I am now. And that's the progression of Christianity. It's not staying in one place. It's slowly starting to grow to become who you closer to imitate Jesus to the best of our ability. That's what Christianity is. It's not about perfection, my friends. It's about progression. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say like, well, he's not supposed to be drinking alcohol. He's supposed to be a Christian. Why is he talking like that? He's supposed to be a Christian. Why are they dressed like that? They're supposed to be a Christian because they're not where you at. They're not there yet. Edify them, disciple them, be a light to them. Because remember, one of the most effective ways to disciple somebody is to not say anything at all. You see, whenever Jesus touched the scene, whenever Jesus came down, whenever Jesus stepped onto the scene, he immediately didn't have to say, I am the Son of God. No. You see, it was his actions. It was his compassion. It was his love. It was the way he lived, the way he let the light of God shine through him, the way he let him shine. It was intoxicating everybody around him. And I'm not talking about wine. I'm talking about the Spirit. You see, this light, this love, this compassion, this grace, that mercy that Jesus brought without having to say a single word made people grasp him. They had to have him. That love of God. Friends, there's some time you don't have to say anything to somebody. Let the light of the Spirit shine through you. Be the hands and feet of Jesus. Let the Spirit work through you and impact somebody's life. Just by imitating the love of God, imitating the truth of God, imitating the grace and the mercy of Jesus. They will always speak a million words and impact somebody in the more positive way. So no, Christianity isn't about perfection. It's not. You don't gotta be perfect right now. You don't have to have it all figured right now to go to Jesus. You just go to him. Go to the only perfect God and allow him to work on you. Allow him to work through you. Allow him to help progress you to be more like him and less like the world.